I used to think insomnia was just something you had to accept as you got older, until I discovered that the very things I thought were harmless were secretly wrecking my sleep every single night. There were nights when I just lay there staring wide-eyed at the ceiling. I would doze off for a bit only to wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning, heart pounding, head spinning. I felt exhausted, confused, and desperate. I tried everything: sleeping pills, herbal teas, meditation, turning off the lights early. But nothing really helped me fall into deep sleep again. Then I found something that completely shocked me. It was the seemingly harmless daily habits that were silently sabotaging my sleep. Things like what I ate for dinner, the lighting in my room, and even the way I thought before going to bed. All of it was linked to a hormone that most people overlook: cortisol, the one responsible for waking us up in the middle of the night. In this video, I am going to share that entire journey with you and how I slowly reclaimed my sleep without relying on medication. Before we dive in, leave a positive comment like, "I am learning to sleep better every day," and do not forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any of these valuable tips. Now let us get started. Before we talk about the causes, we need to understand one thing. Insomnia is not just about feeling tired. It quietly damages both your physical and mental health in ways you might not expect. I used to hear people say that insomnia is no big deal, that you just need to relax and you will fall asleep. But when you are the one lying awake through endless nights, you realize that it is not that simple. It does not just make you tired the next day. It quietly throws your whole body out of balance, especially if you are older. When sleep is constantly interrupted, your nervous system does not get the recovery it needs. Your emotions start to swing. You become more irritable, easily upset, anxious for no reason. Your cardiovascular system also takes a hit. Insomnia increases the risk of high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and even stroke. The scary part is, these effects do not show up all at once. They creep in slowly, wearing your body down little by little before you even realize it. Older adults who cannot sleep often become forgetful, react more slowly, and find it harder to focus. That is why they are more prone to falling, getting confused, or feeling helpless. Insomnia is also one of the fastest ways to feel isolated and withdrawn. When you are not sleeping, you do not feel like talking, going out, or connecting with anyone. And just like that, you quietly shrink into a world filled with exhaustion. We often do not call insomnia a disease, but it truly is a silent illness. It does not knock you down all at once, but slowly erodes everything from your memory and physical health to your mental well-being and even your relationships. And the most dangerous part, so many people continue to silently suffer through it, thinking it is just a normal part of aging, without ever realizing that they actually have the power to change it. And now, let us dive into some seemingly small habits that are actually the silent culprits behind your restless nights. The first one might surprise you. Number 1. Eating the wrong way at night. A lot of people think food and sleep have nothing to do with each other, but in reality, eating the wrong way in the evening is one of the silent causes of sleep disruption, especially for older adults. Our bodies operate on a smart biological rhythm. At night, when the light dims, the brain starts producing melatonin to signal that it is time to rest. At the same time, internal organs, including the digestive system, begin to slow down, preparing for recovery. But if we eat a heavy dinner full of starches, sugar, or animal protein, the stomach and liver are forced to keep working hard while the rest of the body needs to rest. This mismatch does not just make it hard for you to fall asleep, it can also trigger a common but little-known physiological response: blood sugar drops in the middle of the night. Why does that happen? When you eat too many carbs or sweets late in the evening, your body responds by releasing insulin to bring down your blood sugar. But once insulin finishes its job, your blood sugar might drop too low, especially around 2 to 3 in the morning. The result, your body sounds the alarm, your heart rate picks up slightly. You may feel anxious or uneasy, or even wake up suddenly without knowing why. That is why so many people can fall asleep at first, but then end up tossing and turning or fully awake until morning. On top of that, eating too late, especially after 7 hours in the evening, forces the liver to process excess protein and fat right when it is supposed to be detoxifying your body. A hard-working liver at night does not just disrupt sleep. It can also lead to issues like heat in the liver, bloating, or waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to go back to sleep. I went through a phase like that, insomnia, without knowing why, always waking up at the exact same time every night. My body was exhausted, my mood was low, but once I started changing how I ate dinner, everything shifted. I began eating earlier, ideally before 6:30 in the evening, with light meals cutting down on starch and nearly eliminating sugar. I replaced white rice with steamed vegetables, light soups, a bit of steamed fish or tofu. And most importantly, no snacks after dinner, not even fruit or milk. The results were not instant, but after just 1 week, I could feel the difference. I fell asleep more easily, no more waking up in the middle of the night, and in the morning my body felt lighter, and my mind was clearer. Since then, I have stuck with this habit as a non-negotiable part of my lifestyle. The truth is, you do not need to go on an extreme diet or overhaul your meals completely. Just a few small adjustments, eating at the right time, the right amount, and the right kind of food can help your body naturally guide you into restful sleep without a single pill. Number 2, lack of sea salt. If there is one thing that truly surprised me on my journey to better sleep, it was salt. It sounds strange, even hard to believe. Who would think that this everyday seasoning, something we are often told to limit, could be closely tied to sleep quality? But it is true, and I hope you will keep an open mind before dismissing it. Our bodies need a certain amount of sodium, the main component in salt, to maintain electrolyte balance, regulate blood pressure, and support the nervous system. But what many people do not know is that sodium also plays a big role in helping the body relax and fall asleep more easily. When sodium levels are too low, the nervous system becomes more easily stimulated. The heart tends to beat faster, and the brain switches into alert mode, all of which make it harder to fall or stay asleep. I used to go through exactly that without realizing what was wrong. I would often feel a bit of a salty craving at night, or wake up with a dry mouth, but I brushed it off. I assumed I was already getting enough salt. Then one day, after reading a small study about the role of sea salt in sleep, I tried something simple. I added a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt. And that one little change made a difference. The key was not eating too much salt, but just giving my body the amount of sodium it might have been quietly missing. Within just a few days of making that adjustment, my sleep became easier. I no longer felt restless at night, and the subtle, startled feeling I used to get in the middle of the night, something I had grown used to, was gone. What matters here is not eating a salty diet, but giving your body the right kind of salt in the right amount. Industrial refined salt, the pure white type found in most kitchens, might be common, but it is nearly stripped of natural minerals. In contrast, natural sea salt, or pink, Himalayan salt, retains trace minerals that the body, especially in older adults, really needs, but often lacks. Here is something else to keep in mind. If you often crave salty foods at night, wake up with a dry mouth, or frequently need to pee during the night, your body might be thirsty for sodium without you even knowing. These are subtle but important signals to pay attention to. From personal experience and what I have learned, I realize this: taking care of your health in middle age and beyond is not about doing complicated things. It is about understanding what your body needs, what it is lacking, and making small but meaningful adjustments. Number 3, magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is involved in more than 300 biological reactions in the body. It helps calm the nervous system, relax muscles, regulate heart rhythm, reduce stress, and support deep sleep. When magnesium is lacking, your body starts sending out clear signals, but they are often overlooked. These can include muscle twitches, cramps, eyelid spasms, rapid heartbeat, slight shortness of breath when lying down, and especially a restless feeling that makes it hard to relax before bed. I experienced all of those. It started with occasional leg cramps at night, then eye twitches that lasted for days, and an overall feeling of unease I could not explain. As night fell, my body found it harder and harder to unwind, as if some extra energy was keeping me wide awake, even though I was totally exhausted. The more I looked into it, the more I realized these were textbook signs of magnesium deficiency, a condition common in older adults due to reduced absorption, low intake of leafy green seeds and beans, and overuse of coffee or diuretics. I started supplementing magnesium, experimenting with different forms. I eventually chose magnesium glycinate, a form that is easy to absorb, gentle on the stomach, and especially effective in calming the nervous system. Within just a few days of regular use, I noticed a difference. My body felt more at ease. I no longer had that strange tension in my muscles, or the unexpected pounding of my heart at night. Sleep came more easily, more deeply, and I woke up feeling lighter no longer, as if I had wrestled through the night. One major lesson I learned: just because you sleep does not mean you are sleeping well. Some people may close their eyes for 6 to 7 hours, but still wake up tired and foggy. That can be a sign that the body did not relax deeply enough during sleep. Magnesium helps take the body into a state of true rest, where both your muscles and your nervous system can recover, where sleep is not interrupted by small internal disruptions. I am not suggesting you rush to buy supplements without doing your homework. But if you experience symptoms like nighttime cramps, irregular heartbeat, or just that feeling of not being able to unwind at night, magnesium might be the missing piece. You can start with magnesium-rich foods, dark leafy greens, cashews, pumpkin seeds, black beans, bananas. And if needed, look into the right type of supplement for your specific condition. Number 4. Light and daytime habits affect your sleep at night. One thing I used to overlook, but turns out to be absolutely essential for quality sleep, is light. It may sound simple, but light and darkness are actually powerful signals that tell your body when to stay alert and when it is time to rest. Our bodies have a built-in biological clock in the brain that controls our sleep-wake cycle based on exposure to light and darkness. During the day, especially in the morning, if you get sunlight exposure, your brain stops producing melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that helps calm the nervous system and guides your body into a relaxed state for deep sleep. It only begins to be produced when it starts getting dark. On the other hand, if you spend your whole day indoors without natural light, or expose yourself to too much artificial light at night, this entire system can get thrown off. That was exactly how I used to live. I would wake up late, stay indoors all day, and scroll through my phone late into the night. I was tired, but not sleepy. And even when I did manage to sleep, it was never deep or restful. But once I made a few changes, like going for a 15 to 20-minute morning walk to get sunlight dimming lights at night, turning off electronic devices early, and replacing screen time with light activities like reading or listening to music, my sleep improved dramatically. Number 5. Vitamin B1 deficiency. Vitamin B1 plays a key role in turning food into energy for your cells, especially your nerve cells. When your body is low on B1, your nervous system becomes overly sensitive and easily overstimulated. This results in feelings of restlessness, difficulty relaxing, and a mind that just will not shut off, which of course makes it nearly impossible to fall asleep or to stay asleep deeply. I used to think it was just stress keeping me up at night, until I realized my body was quietly lacking in B1. One clear sign I experienced was a slight trembling sensation, a faster heartbeat, shallow breathing, and a constant jittery feeling, even when nothing was actually wrong. This sensation was especially noticeable in the evening when my body was supposed to be winding down, but instead I felt wide awake, even though I was already exhausted. After I started adding more B1 through both food and supplements, things began to change. I ate more whole grains, black beans, sunflower seeds, leafy greens, and lean meat, all rich natural sources of B1. I also cut back on coffee and alcohol, two hidden enemies that quietly deplete B1 without most people realizing it. Within about a week, I started noticing some clear changes. My mind felt calmer in the evenings, and that sense of extra energy faded away. Sleep came more naturally, and I woke up feeling more refreshed. However, I should point out that this was just my personal experience. Supplements affect everyone differently depending on your body type, health condition, and lifestyle. If you plan to take any, it is best to do some research or talk to a healthcare professional first. Number 6. The liver working overtime at night. On my journey to better sleep, I discovered one quiet but powerful factor: the liver. Most people think of the liver only in terms of digestion or liver enzyme levels, but it actually plays a major role in sleep quality, especially between 1 hours and 3 hours in the morning. According to our natural biological clock, this is the time when the liver is most active in detoxifying the body. It filters out harmful substances, processes alcohol, medications, and food, and helps regenerate energy for the next day. But if you eat dinner too late, consume heavy or greasy foods, drink alcohol, or take a lot of medication, your liver can become overloaded. And instead of quietly doing its job, it knocks on your door by waking you up in the middle of the night, leaving you feeling hot, restless, or just off. I used to wake up during that exact window every night and assumed it was just typical insomnia. But once I adjusted my eating habits, having dinner earlier, cutting down on greasy foods, avoiding unnecessary medications, and especially when I started taking milk thistle, my sleep took a turn for the better. Milk thistle is an herbal remedy that has long been known for supporting liver function. Its active compound silymarin helps protect and regenerate liver cells, allowing the liver to detoxify more efficiently. But here is the key: milk thistle is not a sleep aid. It does not sedate you. Sleep improves because your liver gets the support it needs to do its job properly at night, giving your body the space to truly relax and fall asleep more naturally. I used a standardized extract in capsule form, each containing around 140 to 200 milligrams of silymarin once daily after dinner. Sometimes I also drank milk thistle tea. It has a slightly bitter taste, but it left me with a calming, pleasant feeling. Instead, gently sit up, take a small sip of water if your mouth feels dry, and pick a calming activity like reading a few pages of a simple book or listening to soft instrumental music. Do not turn on bright lights. Do not scroll through your phone, and avoid watching the news or anything overly stimulating. The goal here is to help your brain ease back into a restful state, like quietly waiting for sleep to return on its own without pressure. If you feel especially tense, try sitting in stillness for a few minutes. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale gently. Sometimes just 5 minutes of mindful breathing can calm your body enough to help you drift back into sleep. And if after a while you still cannot fall asleep again, do not stress about it. Think of it as a short pause and accept it with a sense of calm. What matters most is that the next morning, you get up at your usual time, step outside for some fresh air, go for a gentle walk, and let the early sunlight touch your skin. This helps reset your body's internal clock and rebalance your cortisol levels, making it easier to sleep the next night. After everything I have been through, I realized this good sleep is not a luxury. It is a natural right that every person deserves, even as we grow older. But getting your sleep back is not about luck or a quick sleeping pill. It is about learning to listen to your body and slowly adjusting everything: your meals, your lighting, your mindset. even your tiniest daily habits. It was knowledge and persistence that helped me overcome 10 long years of chronic insomnia, a journey that was far from easy, but absolutely worth it. And I am sharing all this not to brag, but to tell you can do it too. No matter your age, no matter how long you have struggled, if you start with just one small change, you might be surprised by the miracle that follows. If you feel inspired or found this message helpful, leave a comment below that says, "I deserve deep and peaceful sleep every night." Let that be your personal affirmation. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of the powerful insights that can help you live healthier, more peacefully, and more fully each day. We will meet again in the next episode with more honest, heartfelt, and helpful stories always for you.